Glacier. It's very dark. It's a lot of black color on it. That are the ashes from the last volcanic eruption in Eyjafjallajokul 2010. And when there is an eruption on the glacier, the magma that comes up melts the ice, quick boils the water with the steam explosions, plunging the magma into ashes and throwing it high up to the sky. But the melted water needs to flow down, and this is the main waterway.
Say hello.
Morning.
So it's 8:30 in the morning and no one else is seeing this right now other than you and I. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so cool.
Hey folks, well, Hike Begins 40's finally gone international and I am here in Iceland, in Thorsmork Valley, which is at the end of the Laugavegur Trail. Now, the original plan had been that myself and my friend Leonie, who's currently holding the camera for me, we were going to walk the Laugavegur Trail. However, there are a few issues on day one getting here, a few logistical reasons, so we decided just to rethink our plans, and instead we've come out to Thorsmork at the end of the trail. Here is home to many other various trails that branch off, including sections that we can then follow back onto the Laugavegur Trail, so I don't really feel like we're missing out. So it's about 8:45 in the morning. It's about 10 degrees. Britain is currently basking in like 35 degree heat wave. This is the perfect temperature for me. So we've decided for our very first hike here that we're going to head up to the summit of Valahnukur. I need to pronounce that right. It's about 1.5 miles up, so about a 3-mile loop in total. Great way to start the morning. And the views here are absolutely mind-blowing. I'm very excited to be exploring all these different trails. I'm going to take you guys all along for the ride. So I heard Leonie scream. I thought she'd fallen, and it's because she just stepped out to an absolutely incredible view. You ready for this? Now, I'm sure you guys remember back in 2010, there was a massive volcanic eruption that actually stopped all of the air traffic globally for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, this low mist is hiding the culprit behind that. But when we were coming in yesterday, we could see some of the lava flow that had settled. It's a bit too far in the distance. However, that bad boy is hiding just behind here. have it. That was the summit of Valahnukur. It's got very busy now. There's a lot of groups up there. It's only 11 in the morning. What an adventure it has been. We're gonna go back down. We're gonna I need to recharge this camera, and we're gonna decide on this afternoon's adventure. So I will see you then. All right, we are heading off to find a random trail. We have no set plan. We're just going to go up to the sign and we're going to choose. Let's have a look.
Move into the car. They are ready.
All right, so fairly rocky terrain so far, heading towards lots and lots of greenery. All right, good morning. It is our full third day here, but our second actually out on the trail. Now, quick confession, the route we're walking down to Langidala, we actually walked yesterday, and we knew that we were going to walk it again today. However, the weather is absolutely glorious today. Yesterday, it was overcast, it was raining. Today is blue skies, and you can just see for miles. So all the footage that you'll now be seeing is in place of yesterday's, because it just makes sense when I've got the opportunity to capture everything in much more magnificent beauty. So we're going to head down to Langidala, and then hopefully, if all goes well today, we're going to find ourselves a volcano. Well, it just keeps on going up, but I'm happy with this because that means the more ascension we have, the better the views are that they're likely to be. Right, so behind me, rather epic view, is the Langidala huts. I've had problems pronouncing that, but I believe I just nailed it. This is usually one of the final campsites when you come off of the Laugavegur Trail, or you can stay at the Thorsmork Viking huts like we are as well. And it's such a beautiful location. Weather as crisp as it is today, there's no wind, the sun is out, and you can see far beyond. And we aim today to head across and hopefully around these hills and then slightly up to see what the views are like, and I'm really looking forward to this. But I think we're going to head down to Langidala and just sit for half an hour and just soak it all in. So when I was planning this, I had this exact visual in my head based on things that I'd seen online. So obviously it's very difficult to actually realize that until you're here. And the visual that I see right now is exactly how I pictured it. Right, first checkpoint done. That's our cabins. All right, we are here at Basar. Now, the trail we want to take is the blue one, which is the main hiking trail. And we're going to follow that around all the way down. And that should take us to Modi and Magni, which are two of Iceland's biggest volcanic craters. And from there, we should be able to get a view over to, I know I'm not going to try and pronounce it, Eyjafjallajokul, and this was the volcano that erupted in 2010 and stopped all the air traffic. But we're being realistic. I have a bit of a cough, and I know Leonie's not been feeling her best either, so if we decide that we can't push on, then so be it. It's safety first, but we're going to give it a shot. So just off there into the distance, you can see the summit that we climbed yesterday, Valahnukur. Okay, so we've just left the Bassa huts. We're about 15 minutes out of there. Now, if you're thinking of coming to Iceland, you don't need to worry about signage, because there is a colour code system here. For instance, the Fimmvorduals trail, which the blue one that you can see on the sign, is actually the easier of the ones in order to get up to the volcano. Which is probably sensible taking that route, but there's obviously others as well. But they're all signposted like this. Iceland take a lot of pride in their hiking tourism, and they make sure that everyone's looked after. However, there's a sign up here that was put up after the volcano erupted, advising us of the potential of lava flows and lightning strikes, just your usual regular, everyday thing that you get when you're going to Tesco's, So we've read it, we've consumed it, we're still going ahead. So you can see the ridge up there, so we're heading up there to walk along to the right and then through. Hopefully, let's see how we go. We headed up for about 15 minutes, and you can see that the clouds have come in and the fog is kicking in. It started to rain, and everything in my gut is telling me not to go on. There's people there coming back down as well. They were just slightly ahead of us. So I think, you know what, I'm not disappointed. This has been such a mind-blowing walk. And I hadn't even planned to even do this. So, we've done like a good 3/4 of it. We've at least touched this part of the ridge here. Okay, so you can see there that now the top is just completely covered in mist. We timed that very, very well. I feel less bad now, to be honest. It would have been amazing, but it just wouldn't. It's life or death, not to sound overly dramatic, but I've never been on a hike where there's been so much potential danger, and you've got wardens everywhere advising people whether they should go on, and you can see now the tips are just covered. Right, so we're heading back to Langila. The wind's picked up. It's getting a bit chilly now, so we'll take a quick break there for 20 minutes, and then we'll push on. It's about another half an hour back to our own campsite, and we'll end the day for there. I think it's probably going to rain. Well, as you can no doubt hear, it's raining very, very heavily. This is actually our last day, and it's a complete washout basically, so it's going to be a tent day. Leonie's tent leaked last night, so she was up in the early hours trying to solve that problem. Fortunately, the fix seems to have worked, so it just feels like there's constant problems. As you can hear from my throat, I've actually not been feeling very well. So I basically just went straight back to the tent after the hike up to the Fimmvorduals yesterday, and I've just been sleeping, but I do feel a lot better today. It really just does feel like there's been a lot against us. Good morning all. Today is our very last day in Thorsmork. It's 9 in the morning, our bus picks us up at 4. So we're heading out for a final adventure in this region. And what seems more appropriate than picking up some of the Laugavegur Trail, we'll finish as we meant to start. I'm feeling much better today, still a bit hoarse, but my nose is a bit runny as well. Sometimes camping life just doesn't suit me, but we're actually back in Reykjavik later, and we'll have a hotel for the night, so that'll help to break things up. And then tomorrow we hit the Golden Circle. and this way to the Laugavegur Trail. And it's very, very exciting because we can see for miles ahead. It's a beautiful day, and we need to remember we have a bus back at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time just stood up here taking photos. When it has been confirmed that Katla has started to erupt, warnings are passed to all the main tourist venues in the region. During the summer season, land wardens at the major mountain cabins in the risk area will fire maroons, which explode with a loud bang, and flares to warn travellers in the region. If an eruption warning signal is given, keep to the upper slopes. Examine the map to see where glacial floods have flowed in the past. Alright, so we've had a lot of this for about the last 20 minutes. It's getting a bit bland and tedious, to be honest, but I guess if you're coming off of the Laugavegur, you're not really going to mind on that last final stretch. Hello Laugavegur, look at that. So, if you're familiar with the Laugavegur, you have to cross multiple streams, this being the last one. So you'll see these brave souls here are wading through. I actually didn't bring my shoes that I bought for this because they're back at camp. Didn't think we'd need them, so there we go. Okay, so this will be as far as we'll go from here because neither of us have the footwear to cross the streams. You could go barefoot, but it's absolutely not recommended because some of those rocks can be razor sharp. So at least we finally get to see the Laugavegur in all its majestic glory. So this seems like the perfect place to end this section of our Iceland adventures. Obviously we had to make a few changes at the start, but it's really, I haven't regretted a single choice that we've made. We came out to Thorsmork because we'd heard that it had so much to offer. There's so many different choices of things to see, do, eat, and these views are absolutely spectacular. And I think you could come out here with every confidence that you could choose your own adventure. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.
I'm chasing storm clouds again, but through the thunder and lightning and rain, there's a new dawn I can see. And in my dreams I can fly with the birds and the clouds in the sky, sailing high, waving free. Oh, so much out here to see. Stars down below and away above the white line. 'Cause I'm finally here, letting go, and I'm free for the first time.